Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a free-for-all match on the map Potholes. I'm starting in the bottom left position, playing as the Soviets. I always seem to start in this position on random positions more often than not. It's kind of weird, but what I'm going to have to do at the start is I'm going to have to go to the right, and we can see I think someone started on the right of the map, and there's a sort of like bug on this map. When you put random positions on, sometimes two people start at the same spot, and that's exactly what's happened at the right side of the map. But we can see that another team are on the other side of there, so that's orange, and I'm just sending some infantry straight over to defend that gap. And I'm going to have to be producing water factories pretty quickly and getting some stuff out, and now the infantry are coming forwards, and we're going to have to put our infantry in defensive positions. And we've also delayed some of those infantry as well, because I got like an infantry guy just next to his construction yard, and now we're going back just to defend a little bit. I've got some infantry at the bottom, but it looks like he's trying to bring some through the top maybe, although those just look like they're waiting there. But right now what I need to do is I'm going to get one ore truck out, and then I'm going to be going straight for tanks. So we're going for a very aggressive strategy here, which is of course needed when you've got a team just next to your base. And yeah, it's always like a fight, bottom left and the bottom middle. It's just one big fight because you start so close together. And now we're going to try and push through the bottom. Let's see if we can do this. There's not many infantry there. I've grouped my infantry up, and that was the benefit of having like more visibility. I could see where his weak spot was, and now I'm able to get into his base. Let's see how much damage we can do. He's bringing some more infantry forward, and that's going to stop my advancement. Now you might notice I'm building a third ore refinery before my second war factory, and that's because I've only gone for one ore truck. So if I want to keep constant building, I need to go for that third ore refinery before I build that second war factory. So it'll delay my tank building speed a little bit, but now we've got 3 tanks out, and we're going to go for the attack on orange, just squashing those infantry. So we've got a few good kills here, and we can see that orange is going for the light tanks. I'm just going to place my third ore refinery, so now I can start building my second war factory. And now the fight is on. I've got some infantry which provide a little bit of help at this stage, and those light tanks are going down pretty quickly. Those infantry providing huge benefit there. It just do so much damage. And now taking out that power plant. We'll also go for the other power plant as well, because if he gets low on power, his building speed will slow down. And taking out that other light tank. And we're just having a look at what buildings we can take out now. And I've got my second war factory down, so we're going to start building tanks a lot more quickly. He's trying to get a turret out, but that's not going to provide much defence when I've got 4 heavy tanks in his base. And now we're taking out his construction yard, and he's selling up, and he's going to be out of the game. So that's orange out, and it was really important that you get your players out that are close to you at the start. We're just going through the middle now, and we can see there's no team actually there, so that's a good thing. So we can focus entirely on the left side of the map now, and just getting some more power, and starting to get more ore refineries in this patch here. But now we can see that yellow is on the attack, and this is a bad situation for ourselves. We had to sacrifice our start a little bit to take out orange early on, and that's put us in a bad position in terms of number of tanks, and I don't think yellow has had a fight yet. Right now yellow has the superior tank numbers. They've also got some infantry there helping him out, and my tanks are going down. There's just no way I can stop this. I'm having to pull back a bit. I have got some tanks at the bottom, but the tracking is absolutely awful. And what I'm going to need to do actually is, I think I'm going to actually have to sell that war factory, which is a terrible situation to have to do, but the tanks just can't get through, and they're just getting lost in the bottom there. But now yellow with the better tank numbers, and he's having to pull back. And the thing is yellow, what's happening is yellow's getting attacked, because what he hasn't done is he hasn't taken out the player closest to him. So I did that at the start, and now he hasn't done that. He's got attacked from the top, so that's bought me some time, and now I'm going to be able to build back up a little bit. And right now all I need to do is just wait in my base, start building my tank numbers back up, and we can see those ore trucks aren't moving, and it looks like yellow may be out of the game pretty soon, because if those ore trucks aren't moving, it means he's lost all of his ore refineries, and it's possibly the person who's attacking his base is going to wipe him out. So what I'm doing now is I'm building up my tank numbers, because as soon as yellow gets defeated, I might get attacked by the player above me. So now yellow is out of the game, and we're just going to wait in our base for now and just hope we have a little bit of time. But green's coming in now with the heavy tanks. At least I've had time to build up my numbers a little bit. Right now it looks like the numbers are about even, and it depends on how many reinforcements it's getting in and taking out those low HP tanks first. And now we've definitely got the better numbers. Green might be in a little bit of trouble, and is he going to go for the ore refinery? It looks like he is going to. I've got a lot of ore now that I've noticed, so what I'm doing is I'm going to be building a third war factory. And now green with the extra MCV, and this could be dangerous. Is he going to place a Tesla coil? And it looks like he's placed an ore refinery instead, which is good for us because I thought a Tesla was going to go down there for sure. But that ore refinery being taken out pretty quickly, and now we definitely do have the better tank numbers, and green is having to go on the retreat. And now I'm getting my third war factory down. I'm going to start following green into his base. And we're going through the bottleneck, but we've got better tank numbers and we should be able to survive this. Only 3 tanks now left for green, and we'll be able to take them out pretty easily, I think. Yeah, those tanks are falling. The green doesn't have an answer yet, and we see another construction yard there, so he's also built another MCV. And this was a mistake from green building all those MCVs, because now he's behind on tank numbers, and once you get behind on tank numbers, it's very hard to pull it back, especially if you don't have like the economy to back it up. And I think green is just now locked into the top left position. I'm also getting a radar dome up so I can see what's going on in different parts of the map, and blue is out of the game. Now that's very significant because now it is a 3-way battle, because we've got Cyan who's still in this game. I'm getting that radar dome up so I can see if there's going to be any attacks. But I do think that Cyan will probably wait it out a little bit because then he'll be able to build up tank numbers. But that means it's imperative that I finish this ASAP. We've obviously got the better tank numbers right now. We're pushing him up, and now we see a war factory. I'm going to destroy that, and that'll slow his building speed. What we're trying to do is just take out the major buildings of green, and green will just be waiting and hoping that I get attacked at my base by Cyan. We're taking out some of those power plants now though, so he might go low on power, although he seems to have quite a few. And now taking out those ore refineries, another couple of heavy tanks there, and he still has power because that Tesla coil was firing on us. So what we're doing now is we're just trying to take out his economy and just all the major buildings, anything we can really, just to delay his build and destroy any production buildings we can, so he doesn't have the tank numbers. But right now it looks like green is out of the game. He's called it good game, and there's no way I don't think green can come back from this. And I'm just going to be rebuilding my tanks, and what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be building a service depot, because that's going to allow me to build an extra construction yard. I know that Cyan has been had a little bit of time to build up, so we're going to need to be careful there. And that service depot, it's a bit of a risk going for this, but I do think it will pay off in the long game. So we'll put that down, and we're going to build one MCV. And what I'm going to need to do now is, you can notice my economy has gone pretty bad again. So I'm going to need to get that sorted. I can expand to the north now that I've got the left side of the map, and we can see some Cyan tanks at the top of the map. So I know where Cyan is right now, and I'm going to start taking some of those tanks into that top left compartment. And I'm also expanding there with my base. I've also got my MCV built, so I'm going to put that into the middle and start using some of those ore patches. But now we can see that Cyan is coming into the middle of the map, and it looks like he's got a decent army there, and I'm going to need to pull back again because the tank numbers for Cyan are greater than my own right now. So I just need to be careful at the moment. I'm getting this extra construction yard up in the middle of the map, but it looks like Cyan's going in that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bring these tanks through and bring Cyan back to fighting at that bottleneck. Of course, I do get a bad trade there, but what I want to do is I want to delay Cyan as much as possible. And now I'm going to go after Cyan again, but this time it doesn't look like he's coming back. But what will happen is he has to go through a bottleneck to get to the middle, so I will be able to take out some tanks while he does that. And you can see his tanks are stationary a little bit there, and what we're doing, we're just picking out tanks off the back of there. And we'll have to see, is he going to notice, is he going to retaliate, is he going to come back? We'll have to wait and see. But now he's decided to take out more tanks, and it looks like he's noticed he's losing quite a few, and he's decided to come back. But this will put Cyan in a much worse position, because now he's the one who's trying to come through the bottleneck and attack my tanks. I do think he has the better tank numbers, but we are going to be able to get a lot of kills here. It also gives me time to get resources from the middle of the map as well, and be able to build up tank numbers a little bit more. But now we can see that Cyan has got the upper hand, and I'm going to need to bring my tanks back a little bit. And what I've just noticed now that I'm stacking up ore again, so what I don't need is I don't need more ore refineries. I need another war factory so I can build those tanks a bit more quickly. And I'm just going to have a look around the map now, because I need to think about where I'm going to defend. It looks like I might need to defend at the top of the moment. I'm just going to put an extra war factory though in the middle of the map, and that's going to increase our building speed of tanks. And now I'm going to be able to build another ore refinery just to keep my economy going and make sure we can maintain this building speed. But yeah, I've got quite a decent number of tanks now, and we can see that Cyan is coming into that just to the top of my base. And it looks like he might be trying to go for the middle again. We'll have to wait and see. And indeed he is. He's trying to put them through that gap. But I do have a war factory down in the middle of the map now, and that's paying off big time. And we're going to be able to take some of these tanks while he's stuck trying to get into that middle position. But he's got some more tanks here. He's been able to destroy an ore refinery, and now he's going for the war factory, which is going to go down. I'm going to try and build a Tesla though. While he destroys buildings, my tanks are able to take out some of his tanks, and I now think I have the better tank numbers. I'm putting that Tesla coil quite close by, just because I don't want him to attack my construction yard quite yet. And while he's destroyed that Tesla coil, we're being able to take out even more tanks, and we've got the vastly superior tank numbers right now. Charging into my base like he did has cost Cyan big time. And what I'm going to be able to do now is I'm going to be able to split my army. I'm going to be able to send a group of tanks towards his base. I'm also going to be able to defend with the tanks that I've got at home at my own base, because Cyan no longer has the superior tank numbers that he once had. I have the better tank numbers, and as long as tanks just trickle into my base, I'm going to be absolutely fine. And I've also got like some Tesla around to defend as well. Now he's trying to go for my radar dome, but 2 tanks is just not going to cut it. And now I'm going to be able to send in all my forces up into the top right-hand position. And he's calling it good game. So I'll just send all my tanks up into that top position. And there my tanks are next to his ore trucks, just taking them out. And he's got a few tanks trickling in, but the Teslas will easily deal with those. And yeah, he's trying to take those tanks back now, but there's nothing that Cyan can do. And now I'm going to be going up to his base for the attack. He's also leaving some tanks around here just to try and take any tanks that are running past. So I'll need to destroy those, because they'll be quite annoying to any reinforcements coming in. And yeah, he said that there's no ore. And the thing is what's happened is he stayed in the top right position. And what he needed to do, I'm just having a look here. I think maybe he lost his construction yard early on, because what I was going to say he should have done is he should have built a MCV and moved it down the map when he was when he was the 3rd player in the game. But obviously I don't think he could have done that, so he was staying in the top right position, and that's why he was so determined to finish it quickly, but that didn't work out in the end. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the video.